Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 21st episode of my Direwolf20 119 Modpack series. Last episode, we finished off with me taking screenshots for the episode. Last episode, we finished off fully automating the Rafflesia flower. I do have it turned off right now because of, everything's backstuffing right here. What I wanted to do first, before getting into the actual Gourmaryllis flower, because that is today's focus of today's episode, is automating the Gourmaryllis flower, is I want to actually make some lenses right here so that we can make this go a little bit faster with how the mana is thrown around. So to make lenses, we need a lens and, well, a mana lens. So we just craft over here. I think we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're gonna need 18 lenses because you can actually stick two lenses together. So we'll get a 19, 18. Oh, did my thing just freeze? There we go. Oh, it looks like it only stacks to 16. That makes sense. So to make this, we'll need 9 fire runes. I didn't actually prepare anything for this, so hopefully I have enough. I don't have enough. Wonderful. I'm guessing I'm probably going to need more. I think it's earth runes for the other one. No, it's air runes. Okay. I do have enough air runes, fortunately, so that'll take 2 seconds to make. We'll just throw in all these lenses right here, to be honest with you. We'll get, what was it? I said 9? I think it was 9 I said. Okay, now I need to make more fire runes. So fire runes are made with these materials right here. With this one right here, we should get enough fire. Oh, actually, never mind. I forgot that the crafting recipe makes 2, not just 1. But that's fine. That means we just get a whole bunch of extra ones. I guess 2 extra ones. Oh, wrong. I need the mana lens. Let's go here, potency lens. So let's just shift click that out. So what's interesting about these lens, guys, is so the potency lens, what that does is it makes these mana spreaders shoot more mana per burst. And what the velocity does is it means it shoots faster. So when you put them two together, it means that it shoots faster. And when it shoots faster, that means it can, just continuously shooting faster. Because, see, this takes about a second or something. If it takes a half second, now it can shoot twice as fast. And with the potency, it can shoot even more with each of those. So here you can see we have a potency and velocity lens. I'm just going to put this on all the lenses right here. Let's just start with down here. You can see how big it looks differently. You can see how much more mana is going through right there. We can also see that it's filling up pretty dang fast too, actually. In fact, it's filling up fast enough where I think we may want to get into a spark network pretty quickly. So if we go to spark, if we go to, recessive, what recessive does is it means it will pretty much take all the mana in this pool and go to every other pool around it, or as well as best as it can at least. So I'm just going to actually throw these lenses on everything quickly, just so we can get it going. And I click, okay, good. I click on any side and it looks like it works fine. Perfect. So now we got a whole bunch, so let's get ourselves the spark. So for that, we're going to need pixie dust, which we already have, which is fortunate. I think we have some water runes as well, actually. So we'll take, we have 1 water rune, so we'll only be able to make 1 spark then. So what do we need? We need pixie dust, which is taking these guys, right? Actually, let's take all these. And you throw it into the portal over here. Didn't throw. Gets it in throw. This gives us our pixie dust, and then we're going to need some mana steel, which I think I have some of the assist of, actually. Yes, I do. So we'll do that, and we'll go back to at Botania, and go back to the spark, which is somewhere. There it is. So recessive. Oh, is it earth? Never mind, it's earth. It's not water. I don't know why I thought it was water. Recessive? Yeah, it's earth. Huh. Well, I have much more earth shards, so that's fine with me. Did I lose my water? No, I didn't. That's fine. So we're going to take this. We're going to make this and craft it on up. I think I have some of these things left over here. So when you take the spark, or the spark augment, you put it on the spark right here like this. And you can see here, now it's shooting to every single other pool and filling it up. And you can see it pretty much empties this one out instantly, which is going to be very useful because, I mean, this thing is just going to take way too much. Or this is going to get way full really fast if we have, 3 mana pools essentially shooting into 1 mana pool right there. Now we'll get a whole bunch of mana in all these pools right here. I did turn the flowers off because, as I said, I want these to just catch back up. So now that we have that done, I want to get into a little bit more of the other ones. And that is the Gourmaryllis flower. I haven't made the flowers yet because I didn't see a need to because we have to do all the automation of the food first. And these are the 6 foods, as I said, we're going to need to be automated. The first, they're honestly pretty simple. I need rice, I need shrooms, I need carrots, or potatoes it looks like. The second one is a cooked rice, steak, baked potato, and onion. Actually, I probably should be adding these to my task list over here. Okay, so now we have all the ingredients here. What we're going to need to do is actually, get these things crafted up. For the base crafts like the carrots, the shrooms, and kind of all the other just basic vegetables, I am going to use these phytogenic insulators because they are honestly very efficient and they're much better, honestly, than the garden cloches. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to get probably all the vegetables. Yeah, I'm going to get all the vegetables automated, then I'll probably pop you guys back in, and then we'll see about automating some of the other things with like the cutting boards and stuff. Alrighty, guys, I got all the crops here set up. As you can see, they've been going for a while. I did AFK for about an hour because I had to go somewhere. So the crops have kind of been just going hard. So I do have a whole bunch of them. I do also have a furnace down here, which is making both steak and potatoes because, as we mentioned, both of them are needed for this recipe right here, which is actually a crafting recipe, which is pretty convenient. Which, speaking of crafting recipes, I do have a crafter right here. These are all the crafting recipes that we need for this. Diamond crafter may have been a bit overkill, but I thought it'd be cool to do that one anyways. And we only need 6 pots to make all of it, so I actually placed 6 pots down. We have not done any pot automation, which is why I want you guys to be here with me to just, see it out. I want to try an idea with you guys, and if I don't get the idea to work, then I'll turn the camera off and kind of finagle around until I get something to work. But I do have a somewhat of an idea to how to automate these cooking pots right here. So what I want to do first is just see if we can get the tomato sauce to be automated. Now the first thing I want to do is actually to get exporters. I should have a whole bunch of exporters in my inventory, to be honest with you. So that should be good. Okay, those are external hard drives or external. I guess they're kind of the same thing, right? External hard drive. So let's just get ourselves some space down here. Oops, it's not what I wanted to do. That's fine. Just go right there, and it's good enough for now. So we'll just break one every other. Should place. Actually, we'll just go for one for now. And that's not what that's not the block I wanted to place. So we'll take the. Did it break? Did I break it if I can get out of the hole? I guess I did break it. Okay. Let's place that down quickly. So what I want to try to do is just simply export what they called. Oops. Export the wooden bowls. So we're going to need a crafting upgrade, which I got a whole bunch of. I don't know if I want a stack upgrade, but why not? I'll just take 2 of these. And for that, we will just dump those. I want the crafting grab top. That's how I roll here. Then we'll just look up bowl. Ooh, bowl of something. Now, will this put bowls in there? Might help if I connect it first. Okay, so it will put bowls in there. Perfect. So now what I want to do is get my laser nodes out. I did take the battery out, by the way, if you guys can tell. I don't think I needed it there, so I just took it out. So we'll put one right there and one right there, so that we can access both of those guys. On this side, I want to put an item card. I actually want my counting filters. So we'll put a counting filter in here for tomatoes. Tomato. Let me drag it. And we're going to put a counting filter for. I can go up 100. No, I can't. Let's see. Let's go to right there. Perfect. 128. The reason 128 because if you guys look at where is tomato soup. So if you look how to make it, you actually need 1 in each slot, and I don't think it's possible to just input 1 at a time, or I guess 1 in each slot at a time. So doing 128 will make sure that both slots are always filled up. Or I guess I could do 65, but I might as well do 128 because I can. So now that we have this hooked up right here, all I should have to do is on the bottom of this, if we do an extract on white, let's just get some speed cards in here because it's going to have to extract all of them. Now if we take the wrench, hopefully this works. And that should just start putting. Oh. Maybe it wants to be on the top. Okay, yes. It wants to input on the top. I Do these things need fire to go? Well, we at least know this is going to work for putting stuff in. Um, let's go back to the tomato soup. Yeah, it needs fire under it, guys. So we do know this is going to work now, guys. So I'm going to do, because I did show you guys my idea did work, so I'm going to actually just set up the rest of the guys over here. And when I get these pots set up, I will bring you guys back in because, yeah, that should be a good idea. I'll bring you guys back in once I get these pots set up. I haven't finished the automation yet, but I want to show you guys at least a little bit what I'm doing, and I actually want to automate one of them with you just so you guys can see what I'm doing to do this. Just the first thing I want to show you guys is I actually did automate the beef cutting board right here. I have knives automatically being inputted into the dispenser right here. Then I have this exporter exporting beef into this cutting board right here. This accumulator has a filter for beef patties, which is then sucked up and put into this drawer right here. This detector detects if I have 512 of the beef patties. If I have more than 512 beef patties, if it does, it emits a redstone signal, which in turn turns the redstone clock or timer off right here, deactivating the dispenser from working, so we don't have any, item spam and lag on the ground that could cause lag. We also have all of these guys. Probably should put it the input just so you guys can see. These are all counting filters, because if these two slots get filled up, this recipe will not actually work. And that is the same with this one right here. So we have the, let's see, we have the vegetable one done, we have steak and potatoes done, we have mushroom pizza done. I'll do beef stew with you guys so you guys can see how it works. So come over here to beef stew. We go to, on the down, we put, not that, we put an insert in, we put a counting filter in, then we go to beef stew, and we see we need minced patty, carrot, and potato. So we get a potato, we get a minced patty, we come to the bottom here, and we just chuck these guys in, and that's pretty much it. Let me just put another one here on extract on the orange channel, and just set it to 8 just so it goes pretty simple. Let's put everything back into the inventory right there. All we have to do now is just connect this, and it should do exactly that. These are honestly pretty easy to automate. Oh, and one more thing, guys, is this has to be on down. You have to extract from the bottom of the cooking pot for it to work automatically. Otherwise, it will not work. I can show you guys that in 1 second. It looks like it's not working right now anyways. Okay, guys, I was being a really big dummy. The reason it wasn't exporting wasn't because this wasn't working or anything. It's because I haven't set it up yet to actually go in here or not. So you can see there, it's just exported into there. So I was just being a big dummy and not doing it correctly. So what I have to do now, guys, is, well, I guess we can just check that one off, and then this one should be next. So we're going to need another cutting board. So we're going to need pretty much this set up one more time for, no, yes, we're going to need to set up one more time for dough. We already have the dough being made, so we don't have to worry about having that, but we do have to turn the dough into raw spaghetti. So I'm going to probably copy this little setup right here. Where should I put it? I mean, I could just put the setup right here, honestly, and just have it go right there. So I'll probably end up doing that, and I also have to put down the aquatic entangler. This will get me fish automatically, and I'm probably going to put down maybe 8 or 10 of them. I don't know how fast they get fish. That will depend how many I put down. If I can get at least 1 fish a second, then I'll be happy. If I can't, I'll keep placing them down until I get about 1 fish per second. And that means either 1 cod or 1 salmon per second, which would be most ideal. So I'm going to set that up, and when I figure how to do that and get it all done, I'll bring it back in. I have the fishers set up now, the aquatic entanglers, but instead of doing just 8 to 12, I actually did 66, because that's how much I needed for it to actually get me about 1 fish per second. And these all do have resonant upgrades in them, so they can go 4 times faster. I don't actually know what the other 2 slots would be used for, so I kind of left them blank. If you guys know what I could put in these 2 slots, please tell me in the comments, because I have honestly no clue. If I can make these guys faster, I would love to by putting them in there. But as you see, I did put 2 down. I was at first going to just put 2 down, but then I realized I could just put a bunch of upgrades in them. So I just upgraded them both to hold ludicrous amounts of fish. So this will probably never ever get filled, but it could, I guess. And what I did over here too was I added this, what's it called? the rice pinnacle, so that's like the rice plant, to get chopped down rice. This is the exact same setup as I told you guys earlier, and same 5-tick delay. However, instead of being on what was it? Instead of being on 512 as a number right here, I have it on 8.3 million, and that's simply because if we come to the back over here where I have the rice being stored, each can hold 4.2 million. So having it be 8.3 million gives us 100,000 rice buffer, which should never break it because I don't want the rice to get overflowed into my main system. So I just put 100,000 less, and I think that will be perfectly fine. I do have 3 other things on autocraft here. I don't want to say autocraft. 3 other things being cut right here. It is pretty much set the exact same way. Yeah, I tried seeing if the rice would work from down there, but it didn't. So I just set up another vacuumulator right here for it to work. But everything now should be on autocraft. We have the normal ones that are just being crafted right out of the crafter right here. We have all the other things, including the ingredients. So if you ever need any more tomato sauce, any more rice, or any more pasta, or I guess any of the other ingredients down here, we have all the ingredients we possibly could want to make even more foods if we choose to. So I can now take off fish stew, cooked rice, minced beef, raw pasta, and fish, as well as the accumulator. So now all we have to do now is to make the actual flowers and get the same setup as we do upstairs. So let's go make one of the flowers quickly. Just break through the wall here because it's taking out, it'll take too long to go all the way around. So to make this flower, we are going to need a summer, fire, 2 gray, 2 yellow, and 1 red. So we go to add Botania. I'm already forgetting the flowers. I'm pretty sure I needed this. I needed gray, I think. Red. I'm honestly out of forgetting. So light gray, red, yellow. Good, this is light gray. So what was it again? 2, 2, and 1. 2, 2, and 1. And then we need the fire and summer, right? Yes. I should have fire and summer both in here. One of these chests. So I don't have any fire, but I do have a fire right there. So we'll just pop these guys right into here. 1, 2. And that should be the Gourmaryllis. Now, I'm sure we have seeds, guys, because I made that giant seed monstrosity over there. So with the flower, what we're going to do is just place them all over here. In this, pretty much the exact same pattern I have over here. What I also need to figure out now, too, however, is a dropping mechanism that will drop 6 different things at once. So I need to figure out how to do that. I have built a working timer, guys. I know for the other, the Flosia flower, we used pistons and we used redstone blocks. However, we can't do that because we had 6 outputs instead of just 4. And if you do 6 outputs with the pistons and the redstone block, it kind of messes with each other, so it actually ends up not working. So I came up with this design right here. This black lever is just a full shut off, so we can make. Actually, I'll turn it off so you guys can see it. So this just reset all the timers right here. These all have pause while redstone active, which effectively means it resets every time it gets a redstone signal. So how do these timers actually work? These timers are pretty much 5 seconds faster than the timer before it. Sorry, 5 ticks faster. So this timer is on 125, and this timer will tick 5 ticks before that one goes off for the second time. So only this one will activate, and this one will not activate. This goes 5 ticks before that one, so this will turn off this one before it activates as well. As well as these, actually will turn off both these before it activates. And this one does the same thing by turning off these 3, so only this one ticks by itself. And then this one ticks, so all those 4 turn off by itself, and then finally this one ticks, and all those just gets reset, pretty much. Actually, this one doesn't have any reset because it doesn't need to, but it does reset all these guys. So I'll show you guys what I mean now, because that may have been a little bit confusing. So having that off, this one should tick by itself perfectly and fine. White should tick any second now. Yep. And now when you look at this, look here and look here as well. You'll see orange tick at both times at the same time. See that reset white from going, so now it will not go. Now magenta you saw it tick both of those right there. And then blue should tick all 3 of these. See that in a second. Yep, saw it tick right there. And then yellow will tick all 5 of these. Sorry, all 4 of those. And now, I think, yeah, green will tick all 5 of these now. Resetting all of them. You can't see the ones for green because they're below these guys right here. And now the entire process resets. You saw right there. And that's how this timer essentially works. Now we can hook this timer up with all the 6 outputs into, I guess, feeding different items into here. I have an idea how I'm going to do it, guys, but I'm not actually fully sure how well it's going to work. So I am going to kind of work on that idea and bring you guys back in when I think I'll get it working. And if I don't, again, you guys will just be brought back in when I have the second, third, fourth, whatever iteration, and I will show you guys, of course, all my iterations that I get up until that point. My first iteration actually ended up working, guys, and this is pretty much what it is. Just act as if this line right here was just activated from over there. So what I have on the inside here is I guess I need a 6 card because I have 6 inputs, but I have a counting filter with 1 on it, but it has to have a high redstone signal on the correct channel. So you can see here there's nothing inside of here, but once we hit this lever on the orange signal, it can be very fast. We can see that we have a beef stew in there. And using this, we can actually make sure it throws out the correct food every 6 seconds, which of course you'd be using this little clock we made over there to do. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and just pretty much write all these cards that I need. And when I get all the cards written in, I can bring you guys back in so you guys can see what it looks like completed. I actually also probably should make the other 5 flowers too, because it looks like I'm about done with making this right now. If everything I did was correct, this should be 100% done now. So there are 2 things here now. I did have to add a second node down there. So again, as I mentioned, it's all the same. These all just going in through different channels. You can see the redstone channel in the corner right there every single time. You can also see that all these lights are off because they're not active because they need redstone. Additionally, I put on the bottom all these redstone cards so the actual dropper would tick when it gets the food inside of it. All I should have to do is flick this lever, and this should work, guys. Let's see. Let's go outside. Yes? 6 seconds? Oh. Oh, it's perfect, guys. It's perfect. This is perfectly done. Oh, yes. Yes. Now, the only problem I have right now, guys, is it looks like I don't have enough mana, or I don't think the mana is shooting out fast enough for it to work correctly. But you guys can see it just barely fits in time. Oh, yes, guys. I was honestly very nervous it wasn't going to work, but it looks like it's actually working perfectly. Oh my goodness, guys. That feels so good. We can come back over here and just see it's taken. Oh, it's already gone through 1. Yes! Oh my gosh, guys. I actually feel so good about that. Oh my goodness. I'm actually going to turn this off, though, after it ticks the next one. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm turning it off because I don't think these go fast enough for it to work. But oh my goodness, guys. Everything is working. I have the exact same setup here, by the way, as I do over there. Okay. Oh my goodness, guys. We have fully automated Gourmaryllis flowers, as well as, that's a dead flower, as well as fully automated Rafflesia flowers. That took 2 episodes, about 1 each episode, but in the end, it worked perfectly. Whew. I feel very accomplished right now, guys, if you can't tell. So what I'm going to do now is I want to get a power reactor set up because I know we spend a whole bunch of time on magic right now, and I don't plan on stopping Botania, but I do want to take a quick intersection right here and get myself a power reactor set up. I know we did do a little bit of power earlier, which is why I kind of went just ahead and set up this area back here. What I have back here is just an automated way to get all of the basic materials for power. I guess not the basic materials. This is the highest tier material, the nitro crystals here. We did this all on camera a few episodes back, maybe like 10 or so. So I didn't see a problem with me going ahead and just automating all these guys right here. I mean, it's laser IO. It's pretty simple at this point. I do it all the time. I just have a interface back here importing all these guys for me, and having all hooked up to a storage controller right there so we always have access to it. And I do plan on upgrading these. I just had these ones because of the base ones I had from the last time I used it. So now that I have this, I can actually work on making the power reactor. So if we go to reactor, we need these reactor blocks. So what I'm going to do is, I might as well just put this all into the auto crafter right there. So let's go upstairs. Looks like it needs every tier. So if we go to, actually I need more patterns quickly first. Do I have any patterns in the system? I do, but not enough. So let's just go to pattern, let's just make 64. Someone did mention in chat, or not in chat, in a comment that if I put a exporter on the pattern grid with a crafting card to put patterns, there will always have patterns stocked. Now I will do that, but right now my pattern grid you can see is kind of in a very awkward position, and I don't know if you can facade storage buses, so I don't really want to put one right there. I don't even know if that would work. So once I get a new place from a pattern grid, I will 100% do your recommendation. So if we go to app power again, I go to reactor, which I'm guessing it needs every single one. Yeah, so we're going to need to just put all this in there, guys. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and put all this in. I'm also going to probably mine a little bit of an area. I plan on putting the reactor right here, guys. I'll put it in the wall right here. So I'm going to mine a little bit of an area. I'm going to get all these patterns set up, and after that, you guys can come back in and we can kind of work on how to set this reactor up and see how we can do it and what's up with it. All the patterns are put in, and all we should have to do is click start right here. And it looks like that completed very fast. One thing, guys, too. Also, I did set up a way to get uranite over here. There wasn't enough space over here to do it. You guys can probably tell I do have all this. Something blow up outside. I wonder if it was the weather up there. As long as weather doesn't escape, it's fine. But what I was saying is, the whole reason I have these spaced out like this is because if they do not have 4 blocks in between them, they actually will not work. I was hoping to put them every other, but I couldn't do that because of that limit. I don't know if that's a new thing, but I used to feel like I remember being able to put them next to each other and having them work. But with the new whatever is happening, you can't put them next to each other, and this is the closest they can be and still have the actual energizing orbs work. The energy rods will still work, but the energizing orbs will not work if they're not 4 apart from each other in any direction. I did not test diagonal though, but this is also 4 in the direction, so I guess that works as well. But now that we have our blocks, we can put them down right here. So 1. Oh wow, it just does it like automatically for you. That's actually really nice. I wasn't expecting that to happen. So this should pretty much get going in a second. Nice. So we have uranite, and we have, I think, dry ice goes in there as well. I did have the manual over here because I wasn't fully sure how the reactor worked, but I know you put dry ice in there, and that's a thing. So I don't know where the input is. I am just going to kind of guess right now about how to set this up. So let's get ourselves some. We need a plug. That is a very big limit. I'm guessing I can just put it right there. No, maybe I need to put it down here. There we go. Now we have an out, and I'm guessing maybe these are inputs. Actually, let's look at the top. Is it okay? So there's a thing on the top. I know it's red is because it's noetic. So there's Enderman right there. Enderman keep just destroying everything for me. See, guys, this? Look at all the Enderman stuff too. No wonder Direwolf hates them. But I'm getting off topic again. Sorry, guys. So what we need to do now is get an exporter. We're gonna have it export both the uranite as well as the dried ice. Now I'm hoping I can just do it in the top right here because I already have a cable right here. That would make everything significantly easier. Just break the block right there. Not use my time in the bottle. Just in case anyone... Oops, of course I put it in the wrong space. I am falling all over the place, guys, right now for some reason. I can't do it. Okay, so now we need to get dry ice. Dry ice. And uranite. If we just go up here, of course, that's what ends up happening. I am not doing good right now for some reason. Okay, now we're going to just shift-click these two in there. Now, will that work? So it will work. And is it creating power? So it is creating power. Perfect. Now, is this actually outputting? No, it's not. I I don't know why. Maybe I need to put it on the bottom for it to output correctly. Yeah, right here. Okay, so it's outputting now, it looks like. No, it's not. Yet again, guys, I was being a big doofus. The reason it wasn't outputting was, first, it did have to be in the bottom. But second, it's because my battery is actually full, so of course it's not going to output then. I did also look into the book a little bit more, and if we go to the second page here, we can see adding carbon, like, I guess coal, wood, or whatever, will increase the fuel efficiency, and adding redstone will increase speed. So I thought we might as well add those guys to the list up here. You also probably saw in here, if we go to here, using a solid like snow and ice for extra coolant will require a liquid to work. So I actually went ahead and I got myself a sink. It's honestly very simple crafts. We used them so many times that I didn't really think I need to mention it, but thought I would right there. But I thought we'd just put it back here and have it going into there. And hopefully when we open this, we see a whole bunch of redstone, a whole bunch of coal, a whole bunch of, all the good stuff in there. It's just, my inventory is so full right now. Let's just do that. Now we have it cleaned up a little bit, and perfect. Now we have coal, we have reds. I'm going to put some speed upgrades in there. So we'll get some speed upgrades. Do we have any stack upgrades as well? We'll take one stack upgrade and some speed upgrades. So bang and bang, we don't need to export those. And this should be good now. Unfortunately, if I turn auto off, it'll tell me maybe how much. I guess we just have to wait for it to lose a little bit of power, and that'll turn on and show us how much it's using. But I guess this is fully automated now, so it does what I want it to do. So now that we have this automated, and which is, by the way, guys, remember a couple episodes ago where we wanted to get 50,000 R per tick, and we actually went tenfold and got 500,000 R per tick last episode? Yeah, we did that again just with a single block right here. But now, this was just a quick intermission, guys. I do want to get back into doing Botania and stuff. Now, I don't know how much time we have left in this episode, so I might check that quickly. But what I would like to do next is probably fight the Gaia Guardian, because I got some blue ice. I don't need you, because I just got dry ice. But I want to fight the Gaia Guardian because, as I mentioned earlier, these mana spreaders just aren't good enough. They're not shooting mana fast enough for any of my flowers, whether it's the Rafflesia or the Gourmaryllis over here. So the thing I have to get next is we go to Spreader. That was called Mana Spreader. Mana Spreader. The Gaia Mana Spreader. I want to get one of these because with these plus these potency velocity lenses, we should be able to handle all these flowers. So I'm going to quickly just check, guys, and see how much time we have left in the episode. And if I have time for the Gaia Guardian fight, I'll do it now, and if I don't, it'll be the very first thing we do next episode. We've already passed the half-hour mark. I'm at 33 minutes right now into the episode, and I think that's a pretty good wrapping up point. I could, fight the Gaia Guardian, but I kind of want to do all the next stuff together. Making the spreaders, turning everything on at the same time, and then, working on what I want to do next. So I think I'm going to end the episode here. So what I want to do next episode, as I mentioned, is, fight the Gaia Guardian, upgrade these mana spreaders, but I also want to work on getting some of the cool gadgets and gizmos that Botania has. One of them being the Terra Shatterer, and just a quick ahead of what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to put a dominant spark on this, or a dominant augment on this spark right here, so all the mana will get sucked into this pool right here. That way we can use this pool right here to upgrade our Terra Shatterer, and I'll go a bit more into that in next episode, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a heads up that that's what we're going to do next episode, is work on getting cool gadgets and all the like during next episode for Botania, and just really see what this mod has to offer. Maybe even go into some of the more niche stuff in the mod as well, and check out maybe some of the functioning flowers, because after all, I made this top area for functioning flowers. I might as well use it for something. So once again, guys, thank you very much for watching the 21st episode of my Direwolf20 119 Modpack series. I'm having so much fun, and just in case anyone's wondering, I have about 210 hours in this world so far, and I still have a whole bunch of ideas, and I don't really see it stopping soon, of course, unless you guys want me to stop for any reason. But if you guys don't want me to, I'm gonna plan on keep going and going and going until I more or less complete at least for myself, complete this pack, and hopefully complete it for you guys too. So, thank you guys for watching. Next episode, we'll be working on Botana. But sorry, we're working on doing more of the cool and fun high tier stuff in Botania. So, I will see you guys next episode. Bye!